Hello everyone, I greet you in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Nathan Silas, and today we have a very interesting video to react to, and this one says that Dr. Myles Munroe, the most mind-blowing speech on LGBTQIA. Okay, I believe that this is going to be a very interesting video, and this was done by Wisdom for Dominion. I believe that we're going to enjoy this video. So if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, before we get on to the video, I'm a theologian and I make this video not to discredit anyone's religion. This is basically for educational purposes, and I believe that at the end of this video we all are going to learn from this. So let's get on to this video and check this out. Let's check the speech and then what he was saying. Okay. All right then.
When there was an argument about homosexuality and debauchery and immorality, and arguments that Paul had with people, concerning things like lesbianism and being effeminate and all this stuff we're arguing about today, that's old stuff. Paul says, look, this is deep, Paul says, I don't need to quote any scripture to you all.
Okay.
He says, even nature proves that this ain't right.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
It's truly not just right.
I know some of y'all don't read the Bible, so I don't want to assume that. Romans chapter 1. Paul is talking about all these things we're fighting over today. Same-sex marriage and lesbianism and all this stuff. Paul says, look. He says, you don't need God to write something on the wall for you. Look at verse 18. The wrath of God is already revealed from heaven against all the godlessness and wickedness of men who suppress the truth by their wickedness. That's an important. Suppress the truth means, I saw something on CNN yesterday. It still makes me sick thinking about it.
I believe we are learning this.
A man who became a woman, so they claim. I think it says her name was Steve or something like that. And I'm watching this program now. Don't turn the TV off, okay? And I'm sitting there thinking, what is this? Let me read what it was. Verse 18. This is the Bible. This is exactly what you saw on CNN. It says, the wrath of God is already revealed against that. Men suppress the truth by their wickedness. You cut your penis off and call it a vagina. Now you know it ain't none, but you suppress the fact that it ain't none. You suppress the truth. The truth is you's a male, but you suppress it. You put some hormones and get a little bit of bubby, and now you're telling me you's a woman. You ain't no woman. Anybody with me here? They suppress the truth. The honest truth is I'm a male. What did I say? Oh, sorry. Boy, my Baytown stuff comes out sometime. Tell your neighbor, tell the truth. Let me tell you something. All my homosexual friends, I love you guys and girls, lesbians. But you are simply dishonest. If you want to have that kind of sex, just say so. But don't try to convince us to sanctify it, sanction it, and give it dignity. Just say that's what you want to do, that's all. If you want to use an exit as an entrance, just tell me the honest truth. Don't try to get me to dignify it, sanctify it, glorify it, and then make it legal. This is crazy. You're suppressing the truth. The truth is, this is an exit. This is an exit. Nature say this is an exit. It's a garbage disposal. This gets rid of waste. Now, I ain't attacking nobody. Biology, simple 101. Biology 101. It's a law. The law of my rectum is excretion. It's a law. No legislation can transform that into something else. So if you see a fellow walking around with his wrist break, just say, tell him, legally, you are a brother.
Yeah.
By law, you are a brother. Your walk don't cancel that law at all. Your earrings don't touch that law. Your relationship don't change that law. These are laws. So at least be honest with God. Tell God, I will violate your law. Okay? Thank you very much. That's honest. Be honest. What did I do? You're making me behave interestingly. Look at verse 19. Look at verse 19. Come on, all you young people, read this please. Verse 19, because some of you are getting tempted. Verse 19 says, sin. Come on, I want you to read this in your Bible. Turn your Bible, Pastor Mark. I want you to read this. Bring this back to your mind now. It says in verse 19 of Romans 1, since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them in nature. For since creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made. The dogs got sense. I've never seen two male dogs getting it on. And in Baintown we got pot cakes. They wild dogs. They still got sense. He said it's made plain through what? Creation. So that men are without excuse. See that? It's a law. These laws are built into nature.
This is interesting video.
Oh, by the way, you might read the next one. For although they knew God, they go to church, take communion. Yes, they knew God. They neither glorified him as God nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts are darkened. Although they claim to be wise, they have become fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like mortal men and birds and animals and reptiles. Therefore God gave them over in their sinful desires of their hearts to sexual impurity for the degrading of their own bodies with one another. Can I go a little further? They exchanged the truth of God for a lie. Listen, man, God said, look, this is plain. You telling me it's legal and nature says it's illegal? Not me, nature says. Nature says this is kind of weak. Two women cannot have children, okay? So let's just, don't lie and tell me this what you are. Listen, be honest. Now God already gave you over, so you're going to self-destruct. But at least don't try to don't make all of us vote to support something illegal. And I say naturally illegal. Naturally illegal. This is why democracy is so dangerous. I am very suspicious of democracy because it makes laws based on majority, not based on what is right. If enough of us agree, we try to make wrong right. I want to also correct something I've been hearing for years in this country. The voice of the people is the voice of God. That's a lie. Because what you're telling me is if enough of us agree on something, it must be God's voice. Are you crazy? You need to act like Joshua. Joshua says, look, I don't know about you all, but as for me and my house, sometimes you got to go by your own self. Come on, give God a hand. God's voice may tell you walk alone. Don't let the majority convince you to do evil. Look at verse Verse 25, they exchange the truth of God for a lie and worship and serve created things rather than the Creator, who is forever praised. Because of this, God gave them over to shameful lust. Even their women exchanged natural relations to unnatural ones. In the same way, the men also abandoned natural relationships with women who were inflamed with lust for one another, and men committed indecent acts. Am I reading the Bible? Indecent acts with one another, with other men, received in themselves, glory, they receive in themselves the due penalty for their perversion, the Bible calls it. Now, let me tell you what, you cannot pervert what is not real. I'm going to say this again. Perversion implies that there's something that is right that you have skewed to be wrong. It's perversion. You cannot take right and make it wrong. You can pervert it. So Paul is correct. Paul says it's perversion. Sex is good, but you can pervert it. You cannot pervert what is not present and what is not good. It has to be present first. Then you pervert it. It's like using a knife that you bought to slice tomatoes and you slice someone's throat. The knife is innocent, but you perverted the knife and made it a weapon. So, as a male, I am pure. And Pastor Richard is a male, he's pure. But we're not built to go together. But we can Pastor Richard, don't worry about a thing. But we can decide, that's the problem, to come together. That's called perversion of the male entity. Perversion. Now, if you try to sanctify perversion, dignify perversion, and then legalize perversion, it's impossible. Because it will never work. Two males cannot produce. Cannot. They can pass all the laws they want. They can have operations, surgery. They cannot. It will never work.
This is a very interesting video. Watching this, you understand, and then watching this sermon of Dr. Myles, of course, about this LGBTQIA. Of course, these people, I think that we should not describe them as animals. And the reason why I said that let's not describe them as animals is that what they are doing, animals don't do it. So we don't have to say that these people are animals. I think I'm just being curious, like, of the kind of name that we need to give to these people to be able to describe them. Because when we see that they are animals or they behave like animals, then I think that we are kind of undermining animals, because animals don't do that. And that's why you could see, have you ever seen a dog, a male dog, you understand, trying to have intercourse with another male dog? Like, think of it. Have you ever seen a sheep, right? A sheep, the male and the male trying to have intercourse? No. Goat? No. Pig? No. Even the bird that flies, you understand, in the sky? No. You will never see the male, you understand, trying to have intercourse with a male. But humans, who call ourselves that we are higher class instead of animals, what do? We have led to the point that now this is now brought to some of the schools, right? That they are now teaching our children that now that they are grown, for them to decide to whether they are male or they are female. Like, I think what we are actually doing, I think is kind of worse than the Sodom and Gomorrah. But then this is the reality of what is happening. And it has led to the point that the churches and the places of worship are now accepting these people. This is bad. God have already make it or make us to understand in this word that this is wrong. This is what we are not supposed to do. Let me tell you something. By virtue of what these people are doing, it's even enough for God to just destroy this whole world. Irrespective of, with the number of believers. Let me tell you something. Me being a believer or you being a believer, or let me just say 6 million people, if they decide, or should I say 7, or should I say 6 billion people, for instance, 7 billion people, if they decide to worship one God, right? Let it be like they are worshiping one God, and 2 people decide to be homo, God can destroy everybody. You know why? God is going to destroy everyone. But the only thing that's going to save you and me is our deeds. And if we are able to accept Him and recognize Him as our God, and then we obey His word and do what He has asked us to do, this is just the only thing that can be able to save us, but it will not save the world from being destroyed. God is going to destroy it, but the only advantage we will have over them is afterlife, the life we are going to gain after the destruction of this world. That is just the difference. Else otherwise, God is going to destroy everyone. And the reason why I am saying so is God is definitely going to destroy this world. And the good news I could say to you is, because you have heard me say this, it's expected of you to go back to your Maker. Go back to God. Seek for forgiveness. Wherever you think you have gone wrong, go to Him. Seek for forgiveness. And I believe that He is just, that He is going to forgive us of all our unrighteousness, irrespective of our iniquities, irrespective of the sin we have committed. He is going to forgive us. He is going to forgive you. And this is what, I'm telling you today. And this is the opportunity that you and I have for us to be able to enjoy afterlife. Else otherwise, what that is happening in this world, brother and sisters, if you get yourself engulfed by what is happening in this world, you will end up, in eternal hellfire. So the best thing for you and I is for us to go back to our Maker. Seek your forgiveness. This is just the best thing that you and I can do. Else otherwise, we will be shocked. The trumpet will be blown. Because we have done worse things, than even Sodom and Gomorrah. So just know that it is happening. And the only thing you can do is to return back to your Maker. Don't be engulfed by some of these things that is happening in this world. Hell is created because people will definitely go to hell. The question for me and you is, do you want to go to hell or you want to go to paradise? It's up to you to decide to whether you're going to hell or hellfire. And that is why I'm telling you today that you should reconsider your decision. Don't get engulfed by things here, because you are not of this world before it will be too late. I want you to drop your thought and opinion at the comment section concerning this video. Myles have said a lot in this video, and I believe that you also have learned from some of the things he pointed out concerning this homosexuality. God is going to bless you as you do so. I want you to share this video and also comment where you are watching me from. May God bless you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.